What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to do our 1 week review of living with this 2022 Cadillac CT4 V Blackwing for an entire week. We put like 2 tanks of gas through this and had a heck of a lot of fun. Quick look at it, finished off in this really nice, I believe it's electric blue. This is a $76,000 spec loaded with carbon fiber everything and a $5,000 upgraded interior with these massive bucket seats. Beautiful carbon fiber. So let's hop in this car and tell you all about this car. All right, so now setting off in the CT4, genuinely, I think we've had a lot of fun in it.
This has been the coolest car that we've had for weeks, definitely.
Over the Corvette, it's just so cool. So let's start off with what do we not like about it? It's gonna be a short, nitpicky list, and then let's get into all the cool things about what we think about this car. So what are your gripes? Let me know.
I'm gonna start in the back with the amount of room that it has. Now you can't go for the CT5, which is gonna be a little bit bigger if you need that usable back seat space. In this, it's just a little bit tight. You know, I could fit comfortably. I'm 5'10". Brian had his head up against the headliner a little bit.
If my back was all the way to the rest, any little bump, I'd hit the ceiling.
But they're comfortable seats. Like it's good if you need to ride around town. I was in it. We were both in it for about 45 minutes. Yeah, and that was fine. I think that was doable. For children, people, 5'5" or under, perfectly fine. Just full-grown, taller adults, 6 foot roughly. A little cramped. It's right on par with the other cars in the class, 3 Series, stuff like that. But if you really are going to use them for almost 6 foot tall people, look into a little bit bigger sedan. So you have the CT5, which should be a little bit bigger. So
what else?
It's not bad.
What else are your gripes?
That's about it for the back. The front, not a whole lot. I know you had a little bit more than I could think of. So my gripes then with the car, super nitpicky. One of my nitpicky ones, I think the shifter's a little bulky. I noticed going to the wireless phone charging mat, it just sometimes felt a little awkward. Doing the fan suite, sometimes it kind of gets in the way. Super nitpicky, but this could be a little bit smaller. The only other thing, something that I actually don't like, so on the steering wheel we have a really cool looking traction control toggle. I love the way it looks. I think it's super cool. You get an animation. So when I just traction control, I'm in dry traction control right now. If I now want to change my drive mode, it changes the traction control mode that I was just doing. So now I gotta go down with this to inactive, hit OK, so turn that back off, do my drive mode with this icon, and then go to traction control to adjust it. But then after I do that, if I want to change this back to tour mode, I'm still in traction control. So I don't know why the traction control button and the drive mode button ever connect. I don't like that part, because for me, when I drive my cars, I like to go in full race mode, everything manual, have some fun, and then like that, I want to go automatic, bam, back to normal mode. That's how both of my cars work. When I had the Supra, super quick, the GTR, all 3 buttons, click, down into normal mode. This, why are they connected? I can see that being annoying. They basically do the same function, but they overlay each other.
The Corvette did the exact same thing. When you hit the traction button, all of a sudden your mode switch does it. Don't connect the 2. That's my only actual complaint. Another nitpicky thing, this trim piece. So very nitpicky. There's nothing in the interior with this metallic gray. It looks kind of like it's just cheaply painted. There's nothing in this interior with this color. It could have been carbon fiber, because we already got carbon, we got aluminum, leather. I think this surround could have been nicer looking. I wasn't expecting it to be this awesome. When it first arrived, it looks insane. It's so razor sharp. I mean, there's not an ugly angle on this car. It looks so cool.
Especially in this blue. I think if it was black or something, we might not have been as excited.
Probably.
If you're getting a car like this, you gotta get a crazy color.
And it's cool. Cadillac offers so many different colors. So whatever your taste is, this I would absolutely get this color.
And they're not even that expensive either.
Well, we'll get the price in a second. But the looks awesome. The interior, the fit and finish, I found to be really nice. There's a little bit of stuff from General Motors, like the buttons on the top of the steering wheel, the screen. But nothing makes me think, oh, this is just carried over Chevy stuff into Cadillac.
Oh, talking about the screens, there is a little bit of lag. That was our other nitpicky thing. When you go between the different driving modes, it's awesome that it has a digital gauge cluster. So you get these cool graphics when you go between the different driving modes.
It takes a couple seconds.
It takes a couple seconds, so it's not, make or break it, but it's just a little bit delayed in the fact that these screens have been out for a while now. Maybe it can be sped up just a little bit.
A little bit more snappy.
But
back to the good things, the performance. So we went to the mountains, we burned half a tank in like 20-30 miles.
Check out that video.
Oh my gosh, for a sedan, and not even just for a sedan, for a car in general, this thing was awesome. Like,
it was almost more fun than the C8.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I liked the transmission. I think is really good. I would get the manual just because why not?
Yeah, that's another plus. You can get a manual in this sedan.
Yeah.
This luxury sedan.
But the fact that even the automatic is really snappy, responsive, it doesn't feel like a torque converter. It doesn't feel like a DCT either, but it feels really, really good. And if this was genuinely a daily drive or something where I really needed an automatic, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be like, screw it, you know, I'm cool with that.
It's okay. If it had as a manual option, I would go for the manual.
I would still.
But if they didn't offer a manual.
When you compare the automatic though to other automatics,
yeah.
Very, very good. Good job, General Motors on it.
Yeah.
The handling, you don't feel any body roll. The sport or the track mode versus tour mode, the magnetic suspension,
it did a great job.
We were on just a normal back road and it was super comfortable. We went into track mode and all of a sudden, every single bump, like normally cars aren't that night and day difference, but this car really dialed it in. And I think with the Cadillac badge, they're making sure it drives like a Cadillac when you're in tour mode. But it still is pretty rigid. You know, if you're wanting a luxurious Cadillac, this probably isn't the one for you. The normal ones are gonna be a little bit better. This truly has the performance sports car feeling while still giving you that comfort and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. So then on to talking about the performance and power. So being the V Blackwing, this is the big boy of the CT4. It's got 470 horsepower from a twin turbo V6. I think it's a pretty good power plant. It's not like, doesn't have that extra power to really throw you back in your seat, but it is very well balanced, I think.
Yeah, if you want to see more of us talking about that, check out the mountain video of us driving where we talked about the adequate power it had for the mountain roads that we do. And I don't know what I was going to say on that.
It's definitely a smooth power plant. It gets up to speed. The launch control on these tires and the temperatures, low, mid fours we were doing. But it's certainly a quick car. It's fun. I would like another 50 horsepower out of it. But being the platform that it is, it's a car you can easily, with aftermarket upgrades, tune it, do some bolt-ons, you know, stuff like that. So it has that potential, which, you know, the power doesn't bother me at all because it's still plenty powerful, and especially when you look at a stock car, of course, you know, Cadillac, GM has own regulations, things they have to follow. And this is exactly the same power as an M3, which is the main competitor, same price. So it makes sense the power is where it is. It doesn't quite feel as fast as 470 horsepower. I don't know why, but it's not.
I think it's because it's pretty heavy.
It's the same weight as an M3.
No.
It's probably because it's so refined, and honestly, you go fast without thinking about it. We were cruising at like 70 on just a back road, and I thought we were going 50.
Yeah.
Like right now, it feels like we're going so slow at 67.
Yeah.
But it's a really well-insulated car to where it doesn't feel as fast. So maybe that's my prone perspective.
I kind of felt that too.
Yeah.
We do have like the dual pane glass up front, so you get those luxuries of it being very comfortable and quiet when you're out on the highway, and still utilizing that performance being the V model.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty much the best of both worlds, and then you tune it as needed, or as you want, like as the buyer wants.
I would certainly, you know, upgrade it up and probably make it over 500 at the wheels, and then it'd be insane. But the way it is stock, even though such a well-balanced car, and the brakes actually, they surprised me more than the power, I'd say, because when I look at them, they actually look at the exact same calipers on my GTR, which is obviously designed for racetrack. This thing stops. Like,
we didn't have any brake fade, anything in the mountains for our 10-mile hardcore, like, pedal to the floor.
Back to back to back to back.
Yeah. The brakes felt solid up until the last mile.
Well, including that last mile.
Including that last mile, yeah. Including that last mile.
Yeah, very good performance car, and you truly do. I said that in the mountain drive. You forget that there is a family sedan in this car. Like, there's seats back there, there's a trunk.
It has a small footprint to it.
When you're focused driving, you have great steering, great aluminum paddle shifters. Everything is just really good.
Great seats.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the adjustability of these seats. They're massaging too, which is fancy. Not a lot of settings, but it has one in it, I think, or two.
Yeah.
And then the adjustability with the bolsters. You can pull up this screen. I don't think the cameras will see this, but with this dial here, you can adjust. We have the lateral bolsters, the bolsters by your thighs. Can you do
all the lumbar?
Is that all the lumbar support?
And then you have a manual footrest or leg rest down here.
So I mean, there are so many different ways with these seats to get them dialed in and get them dialed in for performance driving.
Really good.
Awesome.
I would absolutely buy these seats. If I were to spec one of these, I would kind of do more of a base model with just the manual. I'd get at least the radar cruise control, and then I'd get these seats for sure.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I don't think we have really anything bad to say. This was a beast to own or to have for a week.
We even have the PDR, so the camera system recording. Like, it's just so track focused. It's pretty cool.
It has all of the performance that you want in what this car's supposed to be.
Right.
Because this car is for the person who needs a daily sedan, a family sedan, but is a performance person at heart and wants something that's fun. This car, even just cruising, we've been loading this up with stuff, moving houses and stuff. I've enjoyed every second, whether I'm cruising on the highway using all the fancy stuff, whether I'm in the mountains, whether I'm in traffic. It is cool, and it turns heads. Like, people thumbs up, like, everybody's like, wow, that thing is cool. Because
the color.
The color's probably the reason, but it's so sharp looking. You just don't expect it, because Cadillac is luxury, that stuff. When you look at this is that wow factor of a young person's car, a sports performance car. And I think Cadillac, honestly, they're killing it with their V models, especially the Blackwings.
Especially the price point, too.
Yeah,
we haven't really talked about that yet. This is the mid 70,000, right?
76, I believe.
76.
I talked about that in my video where I compared this to the BMW, like the M3, the M340, and the M3 Comp.
This has a base price right around 58. So we've got some expensive options in this model, just depending on what you want. Like Brian said, you could get a base model with a few things here and there, and still have that performance without going overboard.
Like this car, really, the transmission, the seats, and the carbon fiber are
the most expensive.
Over 10 grand in options.
Yeah.
So you can really get this for, if you're looking at a BMW M340, this is almost 100 more horsepower and looks way cooler. I don't know why you would get that car, because this car exists. The M3, I'm so torn on the two cars. They're both really good.
We'd have to drive those back to back.
Yeah, but this is almost like the new kid on the block, the underdog, because it doesn't have the same heritage and pedigree, but it looks so cool, and it's so like, we know Cadillacs obviously are good cars, but this is just like, wow, Cadillac makes that. That's cool.
It'd be sweet to get an M3 as our next car.
Yeah.
And we can do them back to back.
But I've certainly enjoyed it, and when I ever need a sedan, I am putting this on the list, absolutely. Like, personally, I would totally buy one. I would not mind, absolutely, if this was my daily. Like,
the screen is easy to use, everything is laid out well, like it feels very like user-friendly.
Like a good, nice car.
Yeah.
And it sounds pretty good stock too, so with mods, this thing
it's got some pops to it. It kind of sounds like a BMW with the pops here and there.
All that similar sound.
Yeah.
Great car overall. I really like it.
Hopefully you guys checked out the other videos, because they were definitely exciting to make.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
We even have the Alcantara headliner too, which I'm sure is a good price point option there.
But I think that's about been it. 1 week with the new 2022 CT4 V Blackwing. Absolutely a car to get. Nothing really bad about it. The nitpicky things.
Oh, we're in 41 of 151 too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's probably why we don't see them as much. Very limited production.
And all new versus M3's been out for decades.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the content on this car. I'm going to miss seeing it. I really liked it.
It was fun to drive.
Like I said, I genuinely would buy one. Absolutely. Yeah. So that is it. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you guys in the next video.